FirstWork digitizes DTT lesson delivery from setup all the way to reinforcement. In this video, we're going to walk through how we can set up lessons inside of the application, deliver digital rewards, and track the progress that we've made along the way. So we're going to jump right into it, and the first thing that we're going to see when we open up the FirstWork app is a pin screen. We will enter in our pin, and then we can select a student profile, and we'll find ourselves on the main dashboard of the app. The first thing we're going to do here is configure our settings so that we can have restricted applications which we cannot access during learning lessons, but we can deliver as rewards after lessons are completed. So here in the settings, we'll see that under the apps to restrict page, we can select any application on our device. These applications which are selected will not be available during our lessons, but after lessons are completed, we can grant kids time on these fun applications as a reward. So once we've done this, we can go back to the main dashboard and think about setting up our first lesson. So inside of FirstWork, we have these presets up at the top that you can see here. If we scroll over, we can go to a new preset slot and select a new lesson. So presets allow you to save a lesson and then you can deliver it later. You can also share these lessons with other people, which is a really wonderful feature, especially for people who work in teams. So here we're going to go create a new preset and we'll see that we have 6 modalities for learning. Today we're going to look at receptive identification. So we'll select receptive ID and then we can go into the foods category and select a handful of foods. Once we press next here, we can go look at the customization settings for this lesson. So inside of here, we'll see that we have options to control everything from the length of the session, the difficulty of the lesson, the number of questions we have to answer, the number of lessons, the amount of times that we're going to have to answer questions in total, and the amount of reward that we're going to be earning between these lessons. So we can customize this all here to match the needs of any given learner. So once we save this lesson, we'll see that it's now back on the main dashboard, so we can deliver whenever we like, and we can even share it with somebody else. To quickly show you how you would do this, we can hold down on this new preset for foods, press copy, and then if we were to send it to somebody else, they could paste it into their application. As an example here, I'm going to go paste it into this other preset slot here, and we'll see that we now have 2 copies of it because we have shared it with ourselves. So you can share these lessons with anybody on your team over text or email, and they can easily import it into their FirstWork application. With that aside, we can now go and launch our lesson and take a look at how this looks here. So once we launch our foods lesson, we'll see that we have an array of 6 answer options, and the prompt is to be showing you the food that is being asked for. So here, if we select the incorrect answer, we're going to see that our errorless learning system kicks in. We'll reshuffle the field, give you a prompt about what the correct answer was, and that the answer that you selected was incorrect, and you can try again. And this can happen iteratively until there's only 2 answer options left. As you'll see here, up at the top, we're earning stars as we're completing these questions, so we have an understanding of how much progress we've made inside of this lesson. And as we'll see here, as we're approaching our last question, if we scan outside of the application, as I mentioned before, all of those fun applications that we restricted are currently not available. So if we try to go open up YouTube, YouTube is not available right now. But because we selected that we will earn 1 minute of reinforcement time after we complete our lesson, once we complete this last question here, we'll see the Go Play screen. And if we go back to YouTube, we'll see that it's now available for 1 minute for our enjoyment. So we're going to spend 1 minute on YouTube here, fly right through it, and then we'll see that there is a notification that comes up saying that FirstWork has restricted this application, and you have to come back to answer a couple more questions in order to earn more time. So we'll press that notification, come back into FirstWork, answer those questions, and then we can earn another period of reinforcement time on our favorite application, which in this case could be YouTube. So that is in essence how the learning system works. You can work on all sorts of different targets, and there is tons of customization. We have thousands of targets inside of the application and a lot of customization built on the feedback of hundreds of BCBAs who have contributed to the application in various ways. So it's a really, really exciting set of learning content that you can be working on. Having delivered this lesson, of course, we want to know how has it gone and how is this progress going to inform the plans that we're making for this learner going forward. And we can do this easily inside of the application. So if we go back into the student profile that we were just working inside of, we can see that we have collected data in the view progress page on all of the targets that we've just worked on. If we select one of these foods here, we'll see that we have some data points from today showing the response rate to the questions that were asked. If you get the correct answer, we'll mark it right here, and we'll be marking this every day that you're working on the application in this graph format so that you always have access to the progress that's being made, which is really nice, of course, because you don't need to worry about collecting that data while you're running the lessons. It's just there right for you at your fingertips. You can also export this data if you'd like to take a look at the raw data. Here on the side of the screen, you'll see what that raw data export looks like. There's actually a little bit more richness to that data, so if you'd like to do further analysis, that's a great option for you. Typically, teams who are using the application will directly collect the data inside of FirstWork, and then at the end of sessions, we'll transfer that data over to any other data systems that they have as a form of a backup. In short, that is really how you can take a look at all of the data that you've collected inside of the app. Thank you so much for your time today walking through the application. I did not mention every single feature inside the app, so if you have any questions about it, please do not hesitate to reach out to ask any of those questions. We'd be happy to walk you through the app. Thank you again. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful day.